We'll be back.
21st of May, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Lou, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so we have a Machlekes Abai and Rava that started on Amud Aleph, 108a. We're right now over the page to the other side, and we're trying to explain what's the how's the Abai and Rava going to understand the support from the other one's pasuk. Okay, but don't. Okay, so we'll just take a minute over here to read from the beginning of the sugya. The beginning of the sugya can be found on 108a. Tiva'uhu bailim l'shomer v'nishba. The story of the person that he deposited an item for safekeeping by someone, and then demanded it back, and then the custodian swore that it was stolen from him, and that would exempt him from any responsibility that with that shvua. But he paid for the item itself that he claimed was stolen. And then, sure enough, they identified the Ganev, and we said that there's no doubt about the payment of the Karen. The payment of the Karen will certainly be forwarded to the custodian because he paid that to the shomer. So he certainly acquired the right to receive the Karen.
Person.
Yeah, right.
So you pay the custodian because he paid the owner.
Yeah. So since the custodian, the shomer, paid, so he's going to get that Karen. That's not the discussion of the Gemora. The discussion of the Gemora is, what about the kefil? And the kefil is a question which who's going to get the kefil? Is the shomer going to receive the kefil also because he ended up paying for the item, or the original owner is going to receive the kefil from the Ganev because why? Because the owner he didn't transfer the right to receive the kefil to the shomer, in spite of the fact that the shomer paid for the Karen, but he troubled the owner to have to take the shomer to Beis Din, and then to get a shvua, which made him not liable to pay, and so therefore we got a Machlekes Abai and Rava. Okay, and so now the Gemara is concluding over here. We're up to Labaya Kasha Seifa, and both Abai and Rava found a support for their position from different parts of a pasuk, not a pasuk, different parts of a Mishnah, from a Reisha and a Seifa and a Mishnah, and And so now we got up to where the Gemora is saying, what does Abaya do with the part of the pasuk, with part of the Mishnah that doesn't sound like it agrees with him, and what does Rava do with the part of the Mishnah that doesn't sound like it agrees with him? So that's where we're up to, and let's. Okay, so that will take us up to Labaya Kasha Sefer. To Abaya, the Sefer of the Mishnah is Kasher. And this can be found on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line from the top. And we call upon Alan to start the reading.
So which page now is it? 108A3?
No, 108B. 1.
108.
Says just 5 lines from the top.
Okay. Rava Tuyaki Mishek Por, is that it? Rava, on the other hand, infers his position, right? Is that it? Rava, on the other hand, infers his position from the Mishnah's latter segment.
The paragraph below that.
Abaya Kasha Sefer. To Abaya,
The latter segments of the mission are difficult. That's where we're at.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. The Abaya Kasha Sefer. According to Abaya, the latter segment of the Mishnah is difficult, for as noted by Rava, it implies that the owner received the kefil payment only if the custodian did not desire at all to pay. Gemora answers, Omar Abaye will tell you, this is what the latter segment means to teach. Nishba below Raksor, the Shalem Kodom, Hasha Buor, Ayela, La'arachar, Hasha Vior. If the custodian swore and did not desire to pay before he swore, but only after he swore, Lemay Mashalem, then when the thief is apprehended, to whom does he pay the penalty? AP Cordon, to the owner of the deposit. The Gemara proceeds to analyze the robber's position. Le Rabba Kashiyua Reishur. According to Rava, the first segment of the Mishnah is difficult, as is noted by Abai, and it implies that the custodian receives the kefil only if he did not desire at all to swear.
Okay. Oh, do we have any Rashi over here? I don't see any. No, I don't see any Rashi. Okay. So we'll go on to the next part of the Gemara. The Rava Kasha Resha. To Rava is a kasha based upon the what the Resha of the pasuk of the keep wanting to say that we're talking about a pasuk over here for some reason. I don't know why. We're talking about a Mishnah. So Rav is going to have to explain the reisha of the Mishnah. The Mishnah. And we go to Lou to read for us this segment.
Oh, Mishnah. Heard that. Let's see.
So we are where it says the first word, it's about 8 lines down from the top. First word in the line is Labal Hapikodon. Then it says, I'm going to start reading from the Rava, Kasha Resha.
The Rava Kasha Resha. According to Rava, the first segment of the Mishnah is difficult. Amar le Rava. Rava will tell you, Achi Titane. This is what the first section of the Mishnah is teaching you. Shilem v'lo ratza la'amod bishvu'aso ella shilem. He paid and did not wish to stand by his oath, but rather he paid. Lemi mishalem, to who does he pay? Lemi shehapikadon etzlo, to the one that the deposit is in his possession. So the shomer, the guardian, paid and did not swear. And now they found the thief. The thief pays the shomer. That is, he pays him the principal and the kafel.
Right. Right. So the actual if you take a look in the back in the Mishnah on 108a, and the way Abaya explained the reisha of the Mishnah, where it says that shilim below rotzali shaba, those are the words that that Abaya said. Oh, that means that he paid right away. Below rotzali shaba, he didn't want to swear, so he just saved the owner all the bother of going to Beis Din and all of that hassle and at the end of the day coming out with nothing because he made a shvua that exempts him. No, he just said, "Listen, I'm not gonna. Let's just sell it right here. I'm gonna pay you for the item, and that's it. Out of without going to Beis Din." So that's the way Abaya explained the reisha, that it says he paid and he didn't want to swear, meaning he did it right away. So in that case, that's why Abaya says that this payment of kefil should not go to the shomer. So this part of the Mishnah would be difficult to Rava. Rava says, no, that's not what it means when it says that he paid and he did not want to swear. What it means is that he paid lo rotza lamod b'shvuato. He did bother the guy to go to Beis Din, and he did make a shvua, which would have effectively exempted himself, so he wouldn't have to pay anything to the owner. So the owner would go away with nothing after all this trouble. But at the end of the day, he didn't want to stand on his shvua, and he said, I'm going to pay I'm going to pay you the Karen for the theft. And so at the end of the day, he did pay. So if we're going to learn that that's what the Mishnah means to say, that he ended up paying at the end of the day, and he didn't want to stay with his, he didn't want to remain and stand on his shvua and be exempt from having to pay the guy anything. So in that case, then the Mishnah follows. The mi mishalem, who does the ganav have to pay the kefil to? The mi shapi kadon etzlo. He'll have to pay it to the shomer. So it's all a matter of how you learn these two parts of the Mishnah. Abaya and Rava explain these two parts of the Mishnah totally differently, interpreting the words totally differently in a way that will support their view. So according to both Abaya and Rava, both the Reisha and the Seifa support everything that they say. And yet both of them disagree on the main point over here of who is the kefil being paid to. So it's an interesting situation over here. You have a Mishnah, which on the face of it, you might think to say, well, it says like this, it says like that. And sure enough, we have Abaya and Rava learning in the Mishnah totally opposite conclusions from the very same exact words in the Mishnah. So there you see, and we have to say that both of them have a valid way of explaining the Mishnah, and that's the way the Gemora seems to end up over here. We have Abaya and we have Rava, and that's the way they explain the Mishnah. And so they have a machlokes. Abaya says that the kefil is going to be paid to the shomer, and Rava says no. The Mishnah is saying that the kefil is going to be paid to the original owner. So they're arguing about how to interpret the words of the Mishnah. Very interesting. Okay, now we go on, and we're now going to go to a different case. Tevu'uhu habaylim l'shomer. V'nishba. Oh, and in fact, we even have a period after the word etzlo. Like this is a break between the previous sugya and this sugya over here. And who's going to read now? Phil, please.
I don't have a period after the red slow. You do. I don't. Or I don't see a period.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Wow, that's interesting. Do you have any periods at all in your Gemora?
We have a paragraph break, but there's nothing in the Gemara.
In other words, you have two dots.
I don't have two dots. I have nothing. It goes right.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I understand. But I mean, you generally, when you probably have in your Gemora, you do have, for example,
you have two dots when it's you go to two dots when it goes to a new section that it's repeating phrases in the Mishnah.
Right. But you don't ever have one dot.
Very rarely.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about these dots over here. I don't know when they came into being. I got a Oz Vahadar modern Gemara over here. I have to take a look at my old Gemara, and see what they have over there. I don't know how recent of an invention it is. Okay. They're always trying to improve the Gemaras, Okay, so at any rate, Tiva'uhu, Bailim l'shomer.
We're up to Tavuhu.
See where we are?
I know where we are.
Okay.
Okay. They made a claim. The Bailim made a claim on the Shomer, on the guy who's
Right.
watching it.
Mm-hmm.
The Nishba, and then there was he did swear that it was stolen from him. The Hukar Haganav, and then we did find out it was known who the Ganav was, the thief was. Then Tvuo, let's see, we have another claim here. A Shomer. He made the Shomer now made a claim, I guess, on the thief. The Hoda, and we admitted it. So this means the Ganav admits that he did steal it after all. Okay. This thing continues. What Tvuot? Another claim, the Balim, and now the owners did make a claim on that. Now, who are they claiming that who are they suing this time? They're claiming.
Yeah, good question. Right.
And kafar, I guess it's kafar means he denies it, so it has to be whoever made the shua. So it has to be who made the shua in this.
Well, you had the shomer initially when the Bailim made a tviyah on the shomer was nishba, and then
the second piece is tviyah the shomer made a claim, the hoda and the admitting. So
then it says tavo hashomer. That would be he made a claim against the Ganav, and the Ganav was Modeh, that he was a Ganav. And then Tavu Bailim, then it says the Bailim made a claim. So who you're asking, who did the Bailim make a claim to over here? Did they make a second claim to the Shomer, or did they make a claim on the Ganav themselves?
Right.
What's this referring to? In any case, it says that whoever was they made a claim against, he was kofir. Maybe Rashi will help us out over there to identify who it was that the Bailim made a claim against, and who the Shomer made a claim against.
I don't see any Rashi on this.
Still don't have any Rashi. Okay, let's keep reading. Maybe it'll get clear if we keep reading. Mi nifter hagana. Behevi'u edim now.
Okay, well, wait a second. Let me get back to the Gemara where I'm up to now. Okay, he denied it. Behevi'u edim. Now, so they brought 8 witnesses. So now the witnesses came. Okay, and then
Doesn't say what they testified to.
Art Scroll says that the witnesses testified that it was stolen. That's what the witnesses are.
Okay.
So me niftar haganef.
Me niftar haganef.
Is it that the ganef is now putter from the hodah because he made the hodah shomer, because the once the shomer did the admission, is now the ganef off the hook, or lo niftar, or maybe he's not haganef, the hodah shomer. So that's the question. Is it because there was an admittance of the shomer? Does that make the ganef off the hook, or not the ganef off the hook, or not? what we're talking about is we're talking about the kefil. Is he off the hook of paying kefil?
Me nifter haganav b'hodas shomer, olo nifter haganav b'hodas shomer.
Right.
Let's see, we got a Rashi over here. I see me niftar haganav.
You're right. I don't see the. I see the niftar haganav, but I don't see the me. But I say a niftar haganav. Is that the one we're talking about?
Oh, in the second line from the top.
Oh, okay. The second line, further down, it's niftar haganav. Okay, let's go to the second line. Mina niftar. Who is niftar the ganav? There's another niftar haganav later on. Okay, me niftar. Who's niftar haganav? Min hakevel, from kefil we're talking about. Kishar modeh the kanas, like other types of admitting of a kanas. When you admit for a kanas, you should be putter from paying the kanas of kefil.
Yeah, so but just a point over here. This word "me" doesn't mean who is it, but it makes the sentence into a question.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the me nifter haganav? Is the ganav exempt? Is the ganav exempt from the kefil, like others who are moda b'knas? That's the Gemara's question over here. Will this ganav be putter on the kefil, like an ordinary moda b'knas? Moda b'knas is putter. That's the rule. Okay, now we got further Rashis. B'hodah.
Okay, b'hodah with the admittance, and now what he's admitting is shahodah l'shoma, because the Ganef now admitted it to the shomer that he did steal it.
Right.
And then it says, "Oh, lo niftar," or is he not off the hook? The cave-in since the nishba shomer, because the shomer swore. Tchila, he swore first. Nistalech, it should be removed from him. V'shuv enu b'shmirato, and there's nothing in his guarding. V'lo have hodah, and there wouldn't be an admittance.
Oh, so in other words, there's a tzad to say over here that the hodah that the ganav made to the shomer is worthless. It's like he made a hodah to some person, a stranger in the street. If he goes up to somebody in the street and he says, I admit that I was a ganav, is that going to exempt him from kefil? I don't think so. That would be clear. So over here also, who is the shomer in regard to this case over here of this deposited item that he made an admission to him that should make be regarded as a valid hodah. Generally, you make the hodah to your opposing side in the case. So that would be a hodah. But over here, how does the hodah to the shomer have any meaning to it? And Rashi mentions, particularly in light of the fact that since the shomer originally was exempted himself by making a shvuah, that it was lost or stolen, and that would exempt him. So now Rashi says nistalik. He's already removed from the case. Shuv eno b'shmirato. The animal is no longer his responsibility to watch it all, and therefore the hodah that the ganav makes to the shomer is not regarded as a hodah at all. It's not. It doesn't have any validity. Doesn't have any koach. Okay, so that's the question that the Gemara is dealing with over here. True, he made a hodah, but perhaps the hodah has no validity because it was not made to the owner of the animal. And for some reason, Rashi says that especially in this case, where not only is he not the owner of the animal anymore, but he's got nothing to do with the case after he has made a shvuah, because once he makes a shvuah, he exempts himself, and now he's no longer he's not a shomer anymore. He's a person in the street. It's like the guy who made a hodah to somebody in the street. Well, what does he have to do with the case? That's not called a hodah. Okay. And now along comes Rava. And Rava is going to say something about this question that the Gemara has here, I guess. And we go back to Alan. Amar Rava.
Okay. Amar Rava. Rava said, Aim be'emes nishbei. If the custodian swore truthfully, niftar nor behodas shomer, the thief is exempted from paying the kefil penalty by virtue of his confession to the custodian. Im b'sheker nishba, if however the custodian swore falsely, alo niftor hagor behodas shomer, the thief is not exempted from paying the kefil penalty by virtue of his confession to the custodian.
Okay, that's interesting. Don't know what it has to do with whether he swore falsely or he swore truthfully. Let's take a look at Rashi. Rashi says, Dibra Maskell, im be'emes nishba.
Im be'emes nishba, and true, he did swear truthfully. A shomer. The shomer swore, Shaitan Tanas, Shaitanat Shenignav, that it was a claim of theft, onus, that it was that it was swore that he made it swear the thief that it was a done unintentionally, spoke with an onus, but Nimsa Cain and found out that it really was by the thief. That it really, the case was true, that it did happen that way.
So that's what it. So simply, im be'emes nishba sounds like if the witnesses testified about the ganav, that he in fact ganved this item away from the house of the shomer. So it comes out that the shomer swore truthfully when he said that it was stolen. So in that case, says Rava, so then nifter aganav, then the ganav will be exempt with the Vahodas shomer. Oh, we have to read the next part. So okay, so that's all we got so far. In nishba be'emes, and in be'emes nishba, Rashi explained to us what does it mean that if the shomer was swore truthfully. So now the din will be, according to Rava, niftar haganav b'hodas shomer. We got to read this Rashi.
He will be pater. The ganav will be pater with the admittance of the shomer. The kaven, since the Neman, who, because he's believed, Onan Sahade, they testify, the I have mishtacha, behema, that if he forgot that it was an animal there, nicha, it would be good, like to him.
I think it means if it was found.
If it was found, if the behema was found, nicha le lemara, this would be acceptable to the owner, to the mar. The tiu biyadeh, and because it would be in his hands. The haich, and how is it? Therefore, al shomer. It's on the shomer, the shoma lechazer acharei, to return it after him. Is a claim. Hoda ganav, and the admittance of the ganav, hoda is an acceptable admittance.
Okay, so what is Rashi saying over here? That, in other words, what we're trying to figure out is, what does it have to do, the fact that the shomer was found out to have sworn truthfully, what does that have to do with exempting the ganav with the hodah, the hodah's shomer? Now, by the way, hodah's shomer means not that the shomer made any hodah. He didn't make any hodah. Who made the hodah was the ganav. The ganav made the hodah to the shomer. So that's what the Gemora means over here when it says hodah shomer, that Rashi's quoting these words in the Gemora. That the ganav will be nifter, exempt, with the hodah that he made when the shomer made his tviyah against the ganav. That will, in other words, that'll count as a valid hodah. And based upon what? Based upon the fact that the shomer was determined to have made a shvua truthfully. And Rashi explains what's the connection. What does one have to do with the other thing? Rashi says, "Kaven de nemanhu," since we see that this shomer is neman, he swore truthfully. Anan sahade. So therefore we testify, we the Bezdin say that this is certainly what the owner of the animal would want. That if they would find the whereabouts of the behema, or maybe you're right, maybe it means that if it was lost, Nichole Lamara, it would be pleasing to the owner of the animal to have it be biyadei teheya, that it would be in the control of this one, meaning this one, the shomer, who is a good guy. He made a shvur that was true. Hilkach, therefore, al shomer zeh lechazer achreha. Therefore, now it gives the shomer a job, meaning to say that it's now devolves upon the shomer to pursue after that animal that was mishtachacha, whether that means that it was lost or whether we found where it was, utviato tvia, and therefore the tvia that the shomer makes on the ganav when they apprehended that he was a ganav, I think that's what it means. Mishtacha means when they found the behema that it was in the possession of the shomer. So now this shomer, not in the shomer, in the possession of the ganav. And now it would be nicha, it would be acceptable and agreeable to the owner that the shomer, since we see that he's a honest guy, that he would go and make a tefiyah on behalf of the owner for the animal, to retrieve the animal, that he should go after it and make a tefiyah against this ganav. And therefore, if that's so, then the shomer is a real player over here. He's acting really like an agent of the owner, and therefore the hodah that the ganav made to the shomer is a valid hodah, and therefore, if it's a valid hodah, he will be putter on the kefil. That's on the tzad that they found that the guy made a shvur, which was an emistika shvur. It was true what he said.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Okay, take care. Be well. Chodesh Tov.
Chodesh Tov u'Mevorach, Phil. Baruch v'atzlacha. And bye, Alan. Shvua Tov. And Lou. Shvua Tov. And Chodesh Tov.